Hi, I'm Nathaniel, and this is what you need to know today. So there's a lot of things happening, and I'm not going to go in any particular order, so you're just going to have to watch the whole video, okay? Whew. But first I have to tell you, everything I talk about on this channel are my own thoughts and opinions, and if you need financial advice, please seek the financial advice of somebody who's a licensed financial advisor. I'm not that person. I am here to help you to have a little fun while you learn a little bit about this company called HUMBL. I'm Nathaniel, and I've been following HUMBL since November of 2019. Been providing video content on the updates and things that are happening with the company. So you found the right channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to find out the latest things that are happening with HUMBL and what the future holds. Okay, so first of all, the S1 was approved, which means that HUMBL is now a fully reporting company. What does it help the company with? Well, one, it helps them to get now future uplist to NASDAQ, because they're going to need that as a fully reporting company. Now they just need the fund, like the money, the stock price to go up, and some other things. And then what else does that mean? That also means that they can get the ching-ching, because technology requires money. So now they're going to be able to get more financial institutions to start helping them by loaning them some money, and perhaps even have financial institutions even see about buying up some shares because they're a fully reporting company. S1 approval is a good thing. All right. With that said, they have gotten some funny $2 million in funding so far. So that's really good news for HUMBL. And I'm going to say it because I like the fact, and I'll explain why. Brian got this funding, or HUMBL got this funding from Brian's dad, which I think is significant because that shows that even the family has confidence in what Brian Foote is doing. $2 million is no little money to sweat. I don't got $2 million. If you got $2 million, then great, but that's not in my tree. All right, so you know, that's a great thing, and we're going to get more and more of that. So what is Brian doing? He just mentioned this week he's going to go and shake some trees in New York City. Now, their company is based in California, but they're going to fly out to New York City. Do you suppose that maybe they already had some quote-unquote pre-arranged funding once they got the S1 approved? I would beg to say yes. So why would you go out to New York? To get some money from some people you already had discussions with in the past. So we'll have to see where it all plays out, but Brian did say he's going to New York City. And for that reason. What else do we have? Well, JP Morgan recently has been talking about the metaverse and the huge potential that the metaverse has and the trillions of dollars that it's going to generate. Did I say trillions of dollars? Yes, trillions of dollars. And Brian Foote even quoted this article in there, so you can go on, if you go on Twitter, you can find it, or you can just type in JP Morgan Metaverse, go find it. So I think that's pretty significant because Brian's trying to tell us, look, we're headed in the right direction. And what does HUMBL do today? Well, they launched the metaverse of K. Brian, who is a professional baseball player, and he plays on the he's a third baseman, and he plays for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And he has his own metaverse shopping mall, you might say, on memorabilia, on things that you would like to buy that is associated with him personally. And so it's actually pretty cool. You see him walking through and he's checking out the different items, and it pulls up information about that item. And then he just clicks on it and says, yep, I want that. And he just adds it to a shopping cart. So this is the future of shopping. And HUMBL is the first company to actually launch a metaverse shopping experience. Now, we've seen examples of what the metaverse shopping experience might be like. For example, Walmart put one out, but we have yet to see an actual working, usable one. So now we have one that will be working and usable. So that's really exciting in itself. In fact, George Sharp alluded to the fact that this is the first one. Nobody else has done it as of yet. Blocks registry and verification and tracking. That's that whole blocks registry. So it's, in a nutshell, it's verification and tracking of your either tangible items or untangible items can be tracked. And so this is all a very important aspect, because now you have the authentication aspect of any purchase, whether it be a purchase of a home, a car, a piece of artwork, baseball memorabilia. All these things are significant because it leads to less fraud, right? If you have something that can verify and you can track it, you're not going to have any fraud, at least not with that product, right? Because it's all verified by blocks. So this is a significant thing as well. Also, yesterday we had the conclusion of the pilot program timeline, which was due August 9th. So California had their own individuals testing their product from HUMBL, not maybe specifically HUMBL Wallet, but an underlying element that's being tested that we haven't personally seen, which will allow the government there of Santa Cruz, California to register like digital driver's licenses, passports, other government issued items, maybe paying taxes on there, or government infrastructure or homes like titles. So they've been testing that, and even though HUMBL probably knows the results of that test pilot program, we may not know about it for another week or two. It all depends on when HUMBL decides to release that information to us. So those are just some other events that have been taking place. Are you keeping up? Okay. All right, what else do we have? So we recently got an update on HUMBL Pay. You can trade, you can easily transfer your cryptocurrency into your own currency, our US currency, by depositing that money from crypto to cash into your bank, and it all happens like that. So the instant settlement aspect is really good. So we had an update, and there's up to 20 plus digital currencies that you can do that with. So that's also another thing. Plus, Latin America has been on fire. They're really ramping things up there. So a lot of exciting things that we can see coming forward with South America in the LATAM space. So we'll wait to see where that's going and everything, but I suspect we're going to get some more news announcements on that probably in the coming weeks or so. Yeah. Also, we have one kiosk in Africa that is working with HUMBL. They have an agreement there. They've had that standing relationship for some time, but now they're starting to move forward with that relationship. And if you haven't had a chance to, go check out One Kiosk Africa. It's a website like almost like Amazon, but for Africa. So this is a pretty significant deal for HUMBL, and I can see that relationship going quite far. Also, don't forget, if you're looking for tickets for an event, like my wife and I, we're going to Michael Bublé in Tampa over the weekend on Saturday. We've got our tickets from HUMBL Tickets, and as well as another event. So make sure, because you're going to save some money by buying those tickets, not from Ticketmaster or StubHub, but rather from HUMBL Tickets. So check that out. Save yourself some bucks. Okay, I think we're getting down to nitty gritty here. We got the HUMBL mascot is hard at work demonstrating the IP life cycle of blockchain tokenization. Number 1, Blue has applied for his first movie audition. 2, over 600 plus custom Blue derivatives will be minted and sent this week, all categorized on the decentralized blocks registry. So some interesting things going on. Lots of stuff that HUMBL has been working on that they're delivering. And they're going to jump. They're going to go right from Web 2 to Web 3. Trying to migrate the two together is becoming too cumbersome, I think, because that's an old technology. Why try to make the two technologies work when this is just going to die off anyways in the years to come? So Brian and HUMBL, they're really focused on Web 3 and where that's going, and rather than try to make the pieces come together, when that might actually hold them back from continuing to make growth. Also, another improvement is I'm seeing HUMBL is becoming more and more laser focused on their what they want to accomplish, less out here and more focused in here, which is super critical to any business sustainability. And they're starting to see what things are working, the things are not working. Well, let's not keep doing those things, right? Let's move forward with the things that are going to be profitable, make us money, and keep us in business, right? That's the whole idea. Grow, become a trillion-dollar idea, quote unquote, right? We heard that a while back. Also, just a quick shout out. I want to give a shout out to Danny, who holds spaces like every night, except for on the weekend, unless there's something to happen on the weekend. But for the most part, she's like on it. And we have some other people that are in there. They're just regular supporters of HUMBL and the Spaces community. If you haven't done it, make sure you go into Spaces. We talk about all kinds of really interesting topics with HUMBL and what they're doing, as well as blocks and blocks registry. A lot of our own speculation of what's coming. One of my speculations is that Blue will become like Alexa's voice in the Blue and an AI technology, where you can go and talk to in the metaverse what you're looking for, and Blue is going to be able to go and find that item for you and bring it back and say, well, we have this, you know, wine, it's new and it sounds based on your what you like, you might enjoy this. So this is a speculative thing that I think was going to happen. Other people in the community are also saying the same thing. It may have even been brought out and I might have missed it somewhere, but there's some cool stuff that is coming down the pipe. So thank you, Brian, and thank you, Danny, for Spaces, and Marquise, and William, and so many others that support Spaces. We appreciate all the support. So one last thing, I'm Nathaniel, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Have a good day.